Hey Nina, thank you again for the game. It was enjoyable, and a funny little anecdote. Before we started, we were assigned north-south, and I asked Nina which direction she preferred, north or south. Did she want to handle the bridge mate? And she said that she wanted to be south because south is usually the dummy statistically, when north declares more deals. I didn't know if I believed her or not. But of course, for our side, she played the first 7 deals, and I was the dummy a million times. So her theory didn't quite hold. As you can see, you probably won't be able to see it, but I was the dummy 9 times and the declarer 3 times. So I marked 8 deals to go through. Of course, we can always go through every single deal, but we're not going to do that today in the interest of time. Board 2. So we lost this deal in the bidding and in the play. So I was north and Nina was south. And Nina opened a diamond, normal 14 points, 5 diamonds. They overcalled 1 heart with the west cards. I didn't really know what to do. We're vulnerable, they're not. Maybe I should bid 2 clubs. We don't really have an agreement what 3 clubs would have been, if that would have been weak or fit showing. I could have bid 4 hearts a splinter. I could have bid 3 hearts a splinter. I had no idea what to do. I bid 5 diamonds and just let them guess. Maybe they'll guess wrong and nobody can make anything. This hand, of course, had 6 card trump support, so it was easy for them to bid 5 hearts, unfortunately, and we needed to bid again. Either me or you, it was not so easy. We can make 6 diamonds on the lie of the cards, and we ended up defending 5 hearts. So the bidding, you can say which one of us should have bid again. That's not so clear, not so easy. Very high level bidding decisions aren't always so easy to get correct. But I led the queen of clubs. I didn't lead my ace of diamonds. I led the queen of clubs. And you're looking at king third and 2 little clubs in the dummy. So right away you should be thinking, okay, good lead. We're going to cash a club trick because I'm probably not going to have queen jack 10 7th. So declarer won the ace, drew trumps in 1 round. I showed out on the first trump, so you know what declarer has in trumps. You know they have 6 trumps. And then declarer played a low spade, the 2 of spades. You went up with the king or the ace, I can't remember which, I think the ace. You should probably go up with the king just in case. Or the king lets me know that you also have the ace. Okay? And at that point you cashed the other high spade and then played a 3rd spade, and that allowed declarer to dispose of their losing club. There can't be any rush to cash spades. You're looking at the dummy. There's jack 4th of spades, nothing in clubs. You've got clubs controlled. You've got diamonds controlled. There's nowhere for declarer's spade losers to disappear to. So rushing to cash our spades, you could have crashed my doubleton queen, or if I had queen 3rd, he was going to ruff, and then the jack was going to be high. So we just needed to cash our king of clubs, and then play the king of diamonds, squishing the queen. No rush to really rush and cash spade tricks. So that's a good lesson. Look at the dummy and think whether there's a danger in not being active. So that was plus 50, plus 100 wouldn't have done much better. As you can see, some people have some huge scores, 6 diamonds doubled. So the next deal I have is deal number 4. This one is more just the bidding. So they opened 1 spade. I overcalled 2 hearts. I am 1, 6, 3, 3, 10 points. Perfectly normal, good hearts. And this hand passed. They could have made life difficult for us by bidding 3 spades. So over 2 hearts pass, you bid 4 hearts, which is okay, but you have a good hand. You have 13 points, you have 4 trumps, you have a singleton. So I'd like you to go a little bit slower, and you can either Q-bid 2 spades, which just says I have a good hand for you in hearts. Just in case I was a little bit stronger, we may have had a slam. Unlikely when they've opened the bidding, but it's not impossible. And what that does is it allows us to make better decisions if, for example, the next hand bids 5 clubs. Now I need to know, did you raise to 4 hearts just on long hearts and not much else, or did you raise to 4 hearts on a bunch of high cards? And in this case, you raised on high cards. So just cue bid 2 spades along the way. If I bid 3 hearts minimum, you're still going to bump me to 4 hearts, of course. You have more than enough to do that, but just there's no rush to get to 4 hearts in this situation, so you can take it slow. Board number 5, I opened 1 club, and you bid 1 diamond. Perfectly normal so far. This hand didn't really know how to bid Michaels, so they overcalled 1 heart, and I bid 1 spade. And 1 spade, I'm not going to do this on a bare minimum like 4-3-3-3 hand. I've got a reason for bidding 1 spade and not passing. So I have 14 with 4 spades. Felt normal to me. This hand raised to 2 hearts. Even though they're pretty weak, they weren't vulnerable, and they ended up, that bid probably got us a bad score because you bid 3 diamonds. I think that might be a little bit of an underbid. You're looking at king, queen, 10, 9, 7th of diamonds and an ace and a singleton, and I've opened the bidding, so you may want to insist on game or at least a stronger invite. I played you for like king, queen, 6th or 7th, and that's it, like, 6 to 9 type of thing, less than an invitational hand. So how can you invite over 2 hearts? It's not so easy. You can start by saying double and then bidding diamonds, but at the same time you don't want me to pass 2 hearts doubled. So I'm not sure if there's an easy solution. Maybe 3 diamonds is okay at pairs, but then when it goes 3 hearts pass to you, I think you probably are worth 1 more try with 4 diamonds. As you can see, we can make 5 diamonds. We can make a game. If you now bid 4 diamonds, I might actually bump you because I've got ace, king, ace of trump, 3 little hearts opposite what looks like a singleton in your hand. So I may bump you to 5. Notice 6 is actually on a finesse. So, we ended up selling out to 3 hearts, which wasn't good, and they ended up making it for a bad score for us. So I think we just had to bid that one more time. So next one, board 12. This one, you did great in the play. You were in 3-no trump. So, and you made a bunch. You made 630 for 7.5 out of 11. But I want to go to the bidding. So you opened 1 club. This hand should probably preempt, not vulnerable against vulnerable. They should just bid 3 spades. I bid 1 heart. Notice I have 5 diamonds and 4 hearts, but I only have 7 points. I only have a hand that's going to bid once. I don't have an invitational or better hand. So therefore, I just bid the major. I forget about diamonds. You now bid 2-no trump. And I want to talk about this bid because 2-no trump shows 18-19, which you have, but it also shows a balanced hand, which you don't have. So in this case, you're always going to have a suit to bid. So I would bid over 1 heart, I would bid 2 spades with your hand, which says I have 4 spades, I have 18, 19, or even 20, and it's forcing. We're going to game, and you likely also have 5 clubs or more, or 4 clubs with 4, 4, 4, 1. But then you'd probably open a diamond. So yeah, you have to have 5 clubs for this bid. If you had a balanced hand with 4 spades, you can still bid 2-no trump, and I will be able to check back for a 4-card spade suit if I also happen to have 4 spades. Now, I had a guess over 2-no trump. This is one of those hands we could be making 6 clubs and going down in 2-no trump, right? Or 3-no trump. If you have like queen third of spades and ace king 5th of clubs and the ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts, we're going to look pretty silly down in 3-no trump when we can make 6 or 7 clubs. But you had spades, and we ended up taking a lot of tricks, so that was okay. But just remember, 2-no trump rebid would show a balanced hand. 22 is the next one. This one I want to talk more about my bid. So remember when I talked earlier, when I played with Hanwell, about when you have 5 trumps in partner's major, especially if you have some shapes, like a singleton somewhere, like get to game quickly. So here you opened 1 spade, we're not vulnerable. This next hand has points, 13 points, but they didn't have the right shape to double. They have 3 spades and only 2 hearts, so they can't make a take of double of 1 spade. And their diamonds are terrible, they're not going to overcall 2 diamonds, and I agree with that, especially vulnerable. So this hand, I have 5 little spades, singleton diamond, I just bid 4 spades. Some people might bid 3 spades, weak, but I thought we're not vulnerable, singleton, bid 4 spades. That made it hard on this hand because he has the right shape to double or bid 4 no trump, but he doesn't have enough high card points. So we played in 4 spades, and you went 2 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because trumps broke 3-0. You were 2 down for minus 100. Notice what the opponents can make. They can make 7 diamonds. So we got a great score for just minus 100, and we kept them out of the bidding. If I had passed or bid 2 spades, this hand was going to bid, and they were going to get to find their fit, which a lot of people did. 640s all over the place. Some people ended up doubling our side for 300. So next hand, 23. This deal, I'm going to save this deal till the end because it was the most interesting. 25. Why did I mark this one down? Yeah, this was the one where, and we saw this the other day with Casper as well, where you, in a competitive auction, we had spades, they had diamonds. We bid, we forced them to the 3 level, then we bid again to compete, and then we bid again one more time, and that was not good. So you opened 1 spade. This hand made kind of a gross overcall of 2 diamonds, but they have 13 points. I said 2 spades, perfectly happy, 7 points singleton, 3 spades. This hand raised to 3 diamonds, also totally normal, 4 trumps, 7 points. At this point, you can probably pass. You're 5-3-3-2. You have no extra shape, no extra high cards. You don't think we can make 4 spades, right? You're not making a game try, and you have king third of diamonds. So for you, I would like you to pass. If they have a 9 card fit, and then it's right for us to compete to 3 spades, I will know that as your partner because I'll be looking at a singleton diamond, and then I will compete to 3 spades for us. So you bid 3 spades, which I was happy with because I was going to bid 3 spades anyway. And this went pass, and this hand shouldn't bid either, but she bid 4 diamonds, and it went pass, and now you bid again 4 spades. There's no reason to now bid 4 spades. I've heard you bid 1 spade, 3 spades, and I passed 4 diamonds, so we should just pass, defend 4 diamonds. We are going to score probably 3 tricks, maybe even 4 tricks, and we'll go plus 100. That's probably not going to score well because match points is a stupid game, and everybody's just defending 2 spades or 3 spades for 140. So as it turns out, maybe we actually have to double 4 diamonds, which is more of a match point double. It's been competitive. This guy didn't, was a passed hand, and this guy just overcalled, and then we pushed them up. And if they make 4 diamonds, we're getting a bad score anyway, so we may as well double. We would get 200 today, and that would be a great score. So the last board before we go back, 28. This deal, I just want to talk about opening leads, and for the most part, I liked the way you led and the way you declared. This one, though, we defended 4 hearts. The bidding, they opened a club, 18 points. I overcalled 2 diamonds. Vulnerable against not really recommended with this hand, but whatever, I just wanted a little bit of action. This hand had a tough bid. They have 4-6 in the majors, but only an ace. They decided to make a negative double, so that's what the 2 diamonds does to them. It gives them a problem. Over 1 club, this hand would just bid 1 heart, and it would be so easy. So over 2 diamonds, this hand said double. Wasn't quite sure what to do. You bid 3 diamonds. I like that. You've got 3 aces, but we're not making a game. I preempted. But you've got a singleton heart and 3 diamonds, so it makes it hard for them. You might push them into a spade contract instead of hearts. This hand said double of 3 diamonds. I like that as well. They just have a good hand, extras. Let's hear what partner says. This hand bid 3 hearts. This hand bid 4 hearts. This hand's probably worth a tiny bit more, probably worth a 4 diamond cubit along the way, maybe, but maybe not. No aces. So we're defending 4 hearts, and you're on opening lead. I would like to see you lead the ace of diamonds if you're going to lead a diamond. Leading a low away from an ace in a suit contract is very, very dangerous, because if declare has a singleton king or the king somewhere opposite a singleton, they're going to win the king, and we're not going to get a single diamond trick. So our diamond trick is going to go away. Leading the ace of diamonds also lets you see the dummy and decide what to shift to. And here you may have found a low spade shift, and declare is faced with a tough guess. If they play the jack, I win the queen, spade to the ace, spade ruff, and he goes down in 4 hearts. Down 2 actually, because then you cash the ace of clubs. So I'd like to see you lead the ace of diamonds rather than a low diamond. Remember, you should never underlead an ace in a suit contract. Now let's go back to the hand I skipped over, 23. You were talking before the game and asking in match points, pairs, which is silly bridge, how do you know whether to play safe for your contract or whether to take risks for over tricks? And there's no easy answer to that. You have to assess the risk of, if I go for my over trick, is this like 50-50 or is there an excellent chance, or am I still safe to make my contract even if my extra chance fails? Can I take a risk-free extra chance? So the one thing I told you as well is that when you see the dummy come down, you have to assess if you're in a normal contract, a good contract, a contract that may be a little bit not so good, where you may have to get desperate, like you may be too high and have to take some extra finesses. In real bridge, teams, imps, what you guys would play at the World Championship, your goal is easy. It's the same on every deal. It's to make the contract, period. Once in a blue moon, it might be to, you're sacrificing and you're like, okay, I can go down 300 by doing this if this is right, or I can risk going 500 versus 100. But generally, you just want to make your contract in real bridge, in teams. But in this silly game, match points, sometimes if you're in a normal contract, you may decide to take extra risk. If you're in a good contract, like for example, if you're in a slam at a club game, just try to make your contract, because making a slam at a club game is going to be a great score. And I talked to her about maybe if you play reverse flannery, where if you open a minor and then bid 2 hearts, let's say, with 5 spades and 4 hearts and a weak hand, because otherwise it's too tough to show spades and hearts. And then let's say the other hand is 1-4-4-4, and they would have opened a diamond and over a spade rebid 2 clubs, you'll never find your heart fit. So if you're able to get to 2 hearts and stop there in a 4-4 fit, you found a great contract. Just make sure you make it. Don't take any silly extra risks to try to make over tricks, because you're already in a very good spot that a lot of the other people may not be in. So this deal is, we're playing match points, which is a silly game. You opened 1 club, I bid a spade, you bid 2 hearts. Perfect, reverse, 17 points, exactly what you have. I bid 3 clubs, which I meant as forcing and natural. Notice I didn't bid 2 spades to show a 5th spade. The reason I didn't do that is because over 3 clubs, which is forcing, if you have a 3-card spade suit, you're going to show it along the way, because that would leave you with a singleton diamond. You're not going to bid no trump. So we're always going to get to spades if we do have a 5-3 fit anyway. I wanted to just show game-going values and a club fit. And you bid totally normal 3-no trump, so I was happy playing there. You've kind of marked yourself as 1-4-3-5 or maybe 1-4-2-6 with this type of shape. I was a little bit worried we might be missing a slam in clubs, but 3-no trump was perfectly fine. They led the diamond, which, the guy will lead a diamond with any holding because we told him to lead a diamond. And you had a decision at trick 1. So let's look at your prospects here. Let's say you're going to take 5 club tricks, which is going to happen most of the time. So that's 5. Diamond is 6, a spade is 7, and potentially 4 hearts is 11 if the heart finesse is on side, and or the 9 drops. So you have a decision at trick 1, because the guy played the queen of diamonds. If the king queen of diamonds are on side, you're going to score an extra diamond trick, whether you win the ace now or hold up and put in the jack. So the reason to hold up is to exhaust east of diamonds. If you think west has length, like 5 of them, it would be to exhaust east of diamonds in case east gets in. The problem with that is that you know how the play is going to go. You're going to win, and you're going to probably cross to dummy, playing king of clubs, club to the ace, and then take a heart finesse. So if you lose the lead, you're going to lose it to west, because if they have the queen of hearts, they're going to win the queen of hearts. Your jack of diamonds is going to be protected, right, if west is on lead. So let's say trick 1 goes diamond to the queen, you win the ace, go to dummy, take a heart finesse, he wins the queen. Your jack of diamonds is protected. So I think it's actually okay to win the first trick with the ace of diamonds. He might actually panic and cash the king of diamonds, and that would give you an 11th trick. Now, what happened was he played a diamond to the queen, another diamond back. You stuck in the jack, hoping the king queen were on side. He won the king, and he knew from the bidding you only had one spade. So he just shifted to a spade. And if he had the king, he would shift to the king of spades in case your spade was the queen. So now you're in a little bit of danger, because if you take a heart finesse and it loses, all of a sudden the opponents are going to cash a bunch of spades. So that's another reason why we shouldn't hold up the ace of diamonds at trick 1, in my opinion, is that the opponents could shift to a spade. And then the heart finesse isn't so safe anymore because both opponents are going to have spades. So think about which opponent is safe, which opponent is dangerous. If it goes diamond to the queen, you win the ace. You're still left with the jack and a little one. So losing the lead to West is okay. They can't hurt you in diamonds. So that's kind of that would be a match point type play today. It would work out the same. You know, he covered the jack of hearts with the queen, and you later had to decide whether to just drop the 9 of hearts or finesse again. And you made a perfectly normal play because by that time they'd shifted to spades. So if you've lost a finesse to the 9 of hearts, they were cashing a bunch of tricks. So 630 was worth slightly below average. So thanks again for the game. I kept it to 20 minutes today, and I guess I'm playing tomorrow with Rudy, and I hope to see you guys again soon. I'll try and make a video tomorrow. It may not be tomorrow, it may be on the weekend, but we'll see. Thanks again, guys. Bye.